51% of Americans say they judge couples who post about each other too much on social media.
Mm-hmm.
People are a bit more forgiving on Valentine's Day itself, though. Only 19% say it's annoying when someone posts a picture of themselves and their significant other. All this being said, though, plenty of us are secretly jealous of all the social media PDA, too. 47% of people wish their partner would post about them more versus 21% who wish their partner would post about them less. Mindy posts stuff about me on occasion. There's one photograph that she really loves that sometimes she'll put on, on her Facebook.
Is there one where you look like Marty Schottenheimer?
I have actually when I was wearing an earring in my left ear.
Oh, I remember that.
It was from the cruise we went on with a bunch of our Jewish friends.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty good picture.
I was
My fat face.
I was watching a documentary about minimalism, right? And they started to talk about social media and how it makes us feel bad about ourselves. And it's true. And how we look at other couples that seem to have it all together. They are traveling and posting about their travel, and their clothes are just right, and their house is just right.
Right.
We're constantly inundated with those messages that we're not good enough. We're not keeping up with the Joneses. And it makes people depressed.
I think you're reading into it. I think you're reading into it where there's no reading to be done.
They had a psychologist say that.
Well, the psychologist doesn't know squat. How does that sound?
So what do you feel on the matter?
How do I feel about what?
What I just said. You didn't Look at you.
I just tuned right out.
Little role reversal.
Yeah. I just tuned right. What did you say? Sum it up in like a couple of words.
We are inundated with messages that people who live in our town that kind of look like us are better than us because their clothes are just right and they're a happy couple and they take pictures in a pumpkin patch and they went to Greece last year. And these constant messages make us feel lesser.
How do I feel about it, you're asking me? I just, I'm by myself out there on the couch. I just start with a litany of expletives and raise my voice a little bit. And then I unfollow them as a friend.
Oh, okay. For a second there, I thought you weren't even having the same conversation.
Yeah.
You were listening. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So it bothers you?
Yeah.
It bothers most people.
It makes me feel inferior.
Right. And they say the only way to stop that is to tune out social media. I heard they talk, like from the movie Madagascar.
They don't.
Yeah.
Whoever hasn't, let me just say this. If you haven't watched the Madagascar movies, you really need to.
Yeah.
Because they are brilliant.
Who are these giants? Oh, you're from New York? All hail the New York Giants. New York Giants.
Do you know some of the writers who...
I don't know the writers, but I know Sacha Baron Cohen plays King Julius.
Works of genius.
Which is one of my favorite characters in the history of animation. He is the best. I like in Madagascar, too.
Right.
Where he's questioning the giraffe.
Yeah.
Because the giraffe says he's in love.
Right.
And he's like, this is what I want you to do. I want you to go up to her. And meanwhile, he's in his face while the giraffe is buried up to his neck in the ground. I want you to go up to her, look her in the eyes, and tell her how much you hate her. Just the best.
Yeah, they are the best.
Absolutely.
How many are there? How many Madagascar movies?
There are 3 feature films.
Okay.
Then there's the Madagascar Christmas special. And then they have a TV show they did. But there's a bunch of holiday specials.
Right.
They're all good.
What's the best one of the 3 films?
That's a tough question. 3 is a shorter one. Very funny.
Yeah.
2 has some of the funniest moments, but can you ever top the original? It's a good question to ask
Bradley's
people.
seen the third one 14 times.
It's so good.
Which I think is a little obsessive.
Another, and this is, I don't know who does Madagascar. I don't know what studio, but just the other day, Jay Cadmus mentioned this one, and it's so underrated as a film. This one I know is Disney, and no one talks about it, and it's got all these social messages in it, and frankly, a lot of warnings about where we are. WALL-E. WALL-E. Yeah, the robot, and he falls in love with Eva. WALL-E. Eva. Great movie.
Okay, well, thanks for the heads up on all of that. Okay, there's a new viral trend where people are sharing how nice their side of the bed looks compared to their significant other's side. It all started when a woman tweeted 2 photos as a side-by-side comparison.
Yeah.
She showed her nightstand with a picture, expensive alarm clock, candle, plant, book, bottle of lotion, versus her boyfriend's side with no nightstand and just cords, lube, an empty bottle of Gatorade, and a baseball bat. That sounds about right.
Yeah, it's the opposite in my house. I'm neat. My side of the bed is neat.
Sure.
Her side of the bed looks like a crack house.
What does that mean?
She just piles. It just looks like garbage. Someone threw garbage.
Really?
I tell you.
Like clothing and...
Clothing.
Does she have a lamp on
beverages,
her side?
an old snack.
Does she have a lamp?
Yeah, we have a matching set.
Does she have like clothes on top of the lamp? And
yeah, I should do a split screen. It's crazy. It's crazy.
What's on your side of the bed? What do you have on your stand over there?
I always have a water on my nightstand.
A water, okay. That's it?
Foundationally, they're exactly the same.
Uh-huh.
So we each have the same table. We each have the same lamp.
Right.
One side looks like a person has it all together.
Okay, and what's on Erica's side?
The other side is it's wreckage. It looks like somebody robbed the house and swung baseball bats and just kicked everything and threw garbage everywhere like it was ransacked.
Are there remnants of food and stuff?
Yeah, sure.
See, because I get in all sorts of trouble if I try to bring food into the bedroom, and when I'm taking a nap or something like that.
Yeah, I do. I would get mad at you, too.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
Well, Erica does it. Do you yell at her?
She says, live your life. That's what I tell her. I say, yeah, this is disgusting. She goes, I'm just living my life,
Just living my life.
Living my life, Lewis.
You know what? I'd like that. I'm going to use that next time Mindy starts yelling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, there's a new viral trend where people are sharing how nice their side of the bed looks compared to their significant other's side. It all started when a woman tweeted 2 photos as a side-by-side comparison.
Yeah.
She showed her nightstand with a picture, expensive alarm clock, candle, plant, book, bottle of lotion, versus her boyfriend's side with no nightstand and just cords, lube, an empty bottle of Gatorade, and a baseball bat. That sounds about right.
Yeah, it's the opposite in my house. I'm neat. My side of the bed is neat.
Sure.
Her side of the bed looks like a crack house.
What does that mean?
She just piles. It just looks like garbage. Someone threw garbage.
Really?
I tell you.
Like clothing and...
Clothing.
Does she have a lamp on her side?
Beverages, an old snack.
Does she have a lamp?
Yeah, we have a matching set.
Does she have like clothes on top of the lamp? And
yeah, I should do a split screen. It's crazy. It's crazy.
What's on your side of the bed? What do you have on your stand over there?
I always have a water on my nightstand.
A water, okay. That's it?
Foundationally, they're exactly the same.
Uh-huh.
So we each have the same table. We each have the same lamp.
Right.
One side looks like a person has it all together.
Okay, and what's on Erica's side?
The other side is it's wreckage. It looks like somebody robbed the house and swung baseball bats and just kicked everything and threw garbage everywhere like it was ransacked.
Are there remnants of food and stuff?
Yeah, sure.
See, because I get in all sorts of trouble if I try to bring food into the bedroom, and when I'm taking a nap or something like that.
Yeah, I do. I would get mad at you, too.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
Well, Erica does it. Do you yell at her?
She says, live your life. That's what I tell her. I say, yeah, this is disgusting. She goes, I'm just living my life,
Just living
Lewis.
my life.
Living my life, Lewis.
You know what? I'd like that. I'm going to use that next time Mindy starts yelling.
Yeah.
Yeah. You understand that we love surveys,
We do love surveys.
We have a new survey that says that 39% of people say their sex drive has increased during quarantine.
Really?
Yeah.
Increased, huh? I think mine leveled off, but enough about me. How about you?
I would prefer not to comment on this.
Really?
Yes.
You've been getting aroused as much as normal?
Of course.
Less
Of
or
course.
more?
Of course not.
Please answer the question.
Less.
Less aroused?
Yes.
Okay. Disease makes it hard for you to get an erection. I understand.
What does that mean? What do you mean disease?
Disease.
Don't have a disease?
A pandemic. Pan meaning earth.
Uh-huh.
Demic meaning disease.
Right.
And it makes your penis soft.
Well, now you're just putting words in my head.
In your head?
Yes. In my
you should
brain.
Examine the
my
way
dome
you just
piece.
said that.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're thinking.
Do you?
Can you get your mind out of the gutter for 1 minute?
The story is about arousal.
Okay, let's move on with the story. 38% of people say they're experimenting more in bed, and 49% are watching more pornos. Yeah. The survey also found single people aren't letting this time slow down their love and sex lives that much.
I understand. You mentioned experimentation.
Yes.
I understand you're into role play in the Carey household.
Not so.
Right. And what role is it that you like to play, Ethan?
I told you, we're not into that.
Do you have costumes?
No.
Is there a tool belt in your house that you would not use for fixing things?
Absolutely not.
Because like me, you are hopeless when it comes to fixing things.
Well, there's a tool belt in the house because Mindy wears the tool belt and when she fixes things because she can fix stuff. I can't. You know what I'm saying?
Erica can too.
But here's the deal. It took her 3 days, though, to put up her small little television on the wall.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Erica and Mindy should be hanging out, man. I'm telling you right now. We had to put together a bed the other day. I wasn't getting it done right. She came in.
Yeah.
She fixed it.
Sure.
However, I made a point. I said, if I didn't start this project, it would have never been completed because that's just not you. And I start things and I don't get them done because I can't do it.
Right. So she finishes it up.
Correct.
That's a good team right there.
It is a good team.
Okay, cool.
We don't do role play. She did once chase me in a hotel hallway.
Here we go.
And she's not a drinker.
Yeah.
She was hammered on my birthday.
Okay.
And she chased me butt naked down the hallway of a local hotel wearing handcuffs.
Really?
True story. It was fun.
God. Is there any video?
Of course not.
Of course not. National Weather Service issuing another falling iguana warning as cold temperatures grip South Florida.
Florida, you say?
Iguanas sitting in trees can be stunned by cold weather and then fall to the ground unexpectedly. Officials say the iguanas will eventually warm up in the morning sun and fully recover, but people should not touch the animals even when they're immobilized or try to move them from where they fell. Now, why can't you touch the animals? Will they lash out at you?
It's a good question.
Will they go, ah?
They go,
You get those, forked tongues coming out at you. I don't want to see your tongue. What are you doing?
So move to Florida. It's raining lizards.
Yeah. I think people are willing to put up with the raining lizards part because of the warm weather.
It
if you know what I
blows
mean.
my mind what people are willing to put up with because of warm weather.
Well,
But
here's
hey,
the deal. It's warm weather most of the time. Falling iguanas, not so much.
Let me say something about our region,
Sure.
okay? We are right now in the middle of the worst it gets.
Yeah. Right.
If you can get through February, that's the game. This is it. These set of weeks is all, that's our challenge, and that's all we have to get through. Because March has hope, and it has blooming flowers.
Right.
And, January, we're still feeling the glow of spending time with family and the holidays. It's really, this is it.
Everything gets green, and it's awesome. And then the smells of spring, you're not going to experience that in Florida.
No, and their grass is like razor blades.
Right.
I mean, look at you smelling the smell, whiffing spring.
Man, I love the smell of spring.
Get a good whiff.
The favorite and official food for Connecticut, what would it be?
Pizza.
It would be pizza.
Pizza, yeah.
Funny you say that.
Uh-huh.
Because it's a worldwide favorite, and now Connecticut wants its very own slice. 2 New Haven lawmakers are tossing out the idea of making pizza the official state food. Last week, I came in, there were like 4 large Pepe's pizzas in the refrigerator.
That's right. Kiger bought them for us.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll show those
I was
guys.
here when it went, but I had just come back from the dentist.
Yeah, so
I was like, I can't eat pizza. I can't even feel my face right now. You understand? I'll bite my lip.
am I drilling?
Dave walked by. He's making sex noises. He's like, oh, yeah, buddy, we got pizza.
Oh, God.
I'm like, I can't eat pizza.
Oh, I can't eat it.
What story is that? The man in the tower with the iron face or whatever?
I don't know.
Leave me alone. Never come back.
Yo, Ethan and Lou, I-95, what's up?
I'm calling to say that we have a cure.
They have a cure for COVID?
Yeah, so we don't need the vaccine.
What's
Really?
the cure
What's
for
the cure?
They what they gave to the president.
Oh, you mean that cocktail?
They have, yeah, and there's a lot of people that have been. Once you get, if you get it and then you get cured, then you don't have to worry about it anymore.
I know, but no one can get it.
They can get it. They just have to get that going instead of focusing so much on a vaccine.
All right.
That's already killed 5 people.
I heard that if you rub essential oils under your armpits,
Yeah.
you're set.
Really?
Yeah. And if you don't have essential oils that people sell from their garage, you can put garlic cloves under your
Garlic
armpits.
cloves, you say?
Yeah.
I've heard that if you take ball spray
Yeah. Oh,
to
yeah.
make your undercarriage smell good,
Sure.
that also works.
Ball spray. So
Yes.
there you go. 3 potential cures. from Doctors Ethan and Lou.
Thank you so much.
God bless you. Bye.
See ya. Not only has President Trump left the Oval Office, but it also looks like his Diet Coke button did too.
Well, that's not big deal. He took it in.
Yeah.
There wasn't a Diet Coke button in the Oval Office that I'm aware of.
Right.
But prior to him.
The infamous button that would bring the 45th president a beverage when pressed was absent in photos of President Joe Biden at the Resolute desk on Thursday. Ex-White House aide Chris Sims claimed Trump would use the button to prank guests into thinking he was launching nuclear devices.
That's hilarious. Nothing says funny like the end of every living thing. That's funny.
Reality, it would alert one of his staffers that he was thirsty.
Big comedy guy. Yeah, big comedy guy. This one from January 22nd, where we discussed the arrest of the young Ridgefield man who was taken into custody for his role in the D.C. riots.
So it turns out that social media post led the FBI to a Ridgefield man accused of storming the U.S. Capitol on January 6th.
He made the social media post?
It was a social media post. I didn't see it, so I don't know if it was him or a friend of his or whatever.
Well, that's brilliant.
Patrick McCahey is accused of participating in the brutal beating of a Washington, D.C. police officer during the incident. Childhood acquaintance reportedly turned McCahey in after seeing images of him at the Capitol online. McCahey remains in federal custody as he awaits a detention hearing.
I expected him to look a lot different. He looks like he played with Jackson Brown. He just does.
Now you're putting down the musicians who play with Jackson Brown?
I'm saying he looks like he might have played with Jackson Brown.
Okay.
If he wasn't 23, I'd bet the farm on it.
Okay.
But he is.
All right.
That's number one.
Fine.
Number two, while I want to get involved and I want to, scream in this kid's face and his family's face and anybody who likes him's face, it's bigger than us now. It's bigger than us when it happened. Mm-hmm. But the national news media, when it's on it, there's nothing that we can do to replicate the payment that they're going to be going through. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Kind of.
And well-deserved, but they don't have to answer to us because what is the point?
Right.
Their phone's going to be ringing off the hook from ABC, CBS, national news outlets.
Sure.
They're just going to take a beating.
Who's going to take a beating?
The family,
Okay.
the kid.
Oh, God, yes.
Right?
It's going to be brutal. Really
Right.
is.
Deservedly so.
Yeah.
But I want to get involved. It's like, what are we going to do? Sometimes I know the pecking order, and we're not on it right now.
Mm-hmm.
You follow?
No.
You're listening to Saturday Morning Cartoons with Ethan and Lou on the home of rock and roll, I-95.
There's a debate going viral right now about how you should stand in the shower.
Right?
Have we
Are people lying down?
have we run out of the menu of things to talk about?
Yes, we have.
A woman named Alice set it off by tweeting, quote, "It's normal to shower with your back to the shower, right? Not facing the water."
Not right.
Don't you do a combo of the
You got a
above?
combo because you got to wash your buttocks.
Right.
But who's laying down? She said you got to stand, but it's not normal to shower with your back to the water the entire time.
Right. But I just don't understand why that's a thing. I think
when
common sense.
When you're a little kid, when you're first showering, at least this was my experience. I did back to the water for a few years, because you just you can't get used to that constant spray in your eyepiece.
You're gonna analyze
in
this
your
now?
Oculus unit. Yeah, and then you're like, all right, I'm a grown up. I can turn around now. I can take it. And then you get into the combo situation.
Right.
Where you have to wash your front piece and your back piece, all of your pieces.
I'm sure everybody's they have a way they do that in the shower. And then they do the same thing every time they shower.
Oh, well, there's no law against doing it your own way.
Right. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that everybody has their procedure.
Yeah.
Their tradition, if you will.
There should be a law. I should write it, and everybody should have to stick to it.
Of course.
And if you don't, the police come storming into your bathroom and beat you in the legs with a baton.
I can't believe. Okay. Let's do this.
Your thoughts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
American Airlines popping the court got its bottles of wine. On Thursday, the company unveiled American Airlines flagship Cellars, which allows consumers to purchase bottled wine in a single purchase or subscribe to the service for a monthly fee of $99. How much wine are you drinking?
It's a lot of wine.
The move comes as the airline racked up extra stock of its wine inventory after new alcohol restrictions were made on some flights due to COVID-19. You don't want someone who just is a wine connoisseur, asking
in your face.
Does it have a nutty flavor a little
Nutty.
chocolatey, nutty flavor.
Just that word.
Is it a Pinot Noir, maybe a Cabernet? That doesn't go with the pretzels you just gave me. You know, it's like
Get out of my face with that.
they're just complicating life for themselves.
They are. You know what I think is interesting about this is I would think if I owned an airline right now, I hate when you do that.
I love it when you hate it.
Despise.
I love it when you hate it. Yep.
I lost my train of thought. I'm filled with rage right now. If you owned an airline, wouldn't you? I'd be like, I'm not shipping people anymore. They're terrible. They don't know how to behave. I'm moving wine. I'm moving, mouses for computers, whatever.
Sure.
I'm moving products. Yeah. No longer will I transport people because they're terrible and they don't know how to behave.
That's how you're going to make money is transporting people.
Hey, you can transport goods. Goods
and services.
If I owned American Airlines right now, first of all, I'd look in the mirror and go, "You're terrible at what you do.
Yeah.
You are terrible."
So you'd kick all the people off the planes?
And second, I'd go, "It's enough with these people.
Yeah.
We're not doing the people anymore. These are some of our worst people. We're going to ship wines." That's what I would do.
Well, I'm sure that it would be a gangbuster business.
Oh, huge.
If you were running it.
Huge. I should CEO it. I should really be the boss of something.
No, you should not
No question.
CEO it.
Unquestionably.